Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, dear students, and welcome to our science class. Today is Sunday, and the date is 31 of January 2021. New chapter, inshallah. We're going to start Unit 8 today. So we are going to use the new book, please. All right? The new book, please. Before I start, please, guys, I would love to see you. So please, can you open your cameras?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Amal. Thank you very much. Let's see who else is going to open the camera. Where are you guys? I need to see you. Thank you, Yajuri. Thank you very much. What about you guys? Let me see you. Where are you guys? Talia, Jenna, Maria, Mariana. Where are you guys? Come on. Please open your cameras and let me see you. All right, let's start. Today we're going to talk about how do weathering and erosion shape the Earth's surface. Are you familiar with the words weathering and erosion?
Yep. I'm really familiar with that.
Very good. Very good. So if you know weathering and erosion, you must know that these two events, they can shape the Earth's surface. Can they do that or not?
They can.
Excellent, excellent. Now take a look at this picture over here in this page. It's page 365, 365. Look at this picture. Now tell me, guys, 365, if you want to open your book. Look at this picture. How do you think this arc formed? How did it form? With what? Who can answer me? How do you think this arc is formed?
From mountains.
Excellent, Yajuri. From what again?
Mountains.
From mountains. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. How did it form from
Erosion.
mountains? Excellent, Tia Maria, from erosion and weathering. Now we'll see how does weathering and erosion will shape. They can shape the Earth's surface. Not only this arc they can do a lot in our Earth, in our surface. We'll learn about weathering and erosion this week. Now, if it's breaking down the rock, what do I call it? Weathering or erosion? Which one is breaking down rocks?
Erosion.
No, it is weathering. Once it's break down the rock and move it away, we call it weathering. It must break. If it doesn't break, it is not weathering, it is erosion. Erosion only about moving and taking it away with water, with wind, with whatever. So moving away rocks, what is it?
It's weathering. I think so.
Moving. So I'm going to write it on the whiteboard so you can memorize it. I'm going to share the whiteboard.
Miss, I didn't understand.
You will, I'm very sure you understand it. If
Moving
it's moving
rocks don't move. So
it moves. It will go away. Moving rocks. It moves away with water or wind. Wind can take small pieces away every time. After a long time, it will cause
erosion.
erosion.
Gin.
Is it how this is the way how I write erosion?
Nope.
Nope.
It's
No.
O-O-N.
Hmm?
It's I-O-N.
Yeah, it's I-O-N. S-I-O-N.
S-I-O-N.
All right, erosion. So moving rocks means what?
Erosion.
When
Erosion.
it gets okay.
What about breaking down?
Breaking
Weathering.
Excellent. Breaking. What do I call it? Weathering.
Weathering. Cup.
So moving rocks, what is it? Moving
When it
Erosion.
moves.
erosion. And breaking down.
Weathering.
Weathering. Excellent, excellent. Very good. Now let's start with weathering. Look at this roots over here in this picture. What are roots doing to the small rocks down there?
I know.
Yes, Talia.
They are the roots are hanging on
As
like
long as they
rock.
grow down and they become very strong and heavy, they break down part of what? They break down part of what? Look over here. They are growing down where? And breaking down with them what?
The rock.
The rocks.
Rocks, excellent. So this is what we call weathering, breaking down rocks. Also over here, when it rains, water can get into the cracks of rocks over here. When they have a little bit cracks, they get the water gets inside, and when water freezes, what happened? It will expand. When it expand, the winds, this wind, sorry,
No, it's fine.
it will widen the crack and then it will break down easily. It will become very wide. Look at the space over here when it's frozen water and when it's only liquid. When it's liquid, it is very small. When it freezes, it needs more space. That's why it will expand. When it expands, it will break down more of this rock and the small crack become very wide crack. When water freezes again, it pushes what? The cracks into the rock even wider. When this happens many times, what do you think the rock will happen to it? It will
break apart.
Excellent. It must break apart. So one of the ways for weathering is when rain comes down and then water will freeze. This process need to be done for several times. So so weathering will take place. Now the question here is, does weathering is a quick change or a slow change? Hi, Judy.
Slow change because
Yes. Okay, do you know why, Judy, it's a slow change? Does it happen quickly or need time and several times to repeat and then it will happen?
Repeat.
Excellent, excellent. The process needs to be repeat one more time and again and again and again so it can happen. The rock will never break down easily. It needs time to break down and it needs time to crack again and again because once the water goes down and it freezes and it melts, it needs to take it needs time to happen more than once or more than one time. Okay, guys. Now let's take a look at this statue. The white one here is fresh. It's made of rock. But over here, after a long time, what happened to it?
Some
It's all
like
covered with ice.
Okay, it not really covered with ice. Let's say
I mean, it's
yes.
gotten old from the time
Ah, okay.
there.
It's a very old statue, became a very old statue. But what happened to it?
It happened
got
to it
dirty
weathering.
because the weather.
Only dirty? Did it break or not? Does it
Yes,
have
it
the
did
same
break
shape?
a little. No, doesn't at all.
No, it doesn't have the same shape. Look at the hair over here. Where did it
It's
go?
not.
It broke
It's
down.
down.
Yes, it broke
It's
down.
weathering.
Okay, guys, open to page 367, please. 367. Everyone, please, and open your cameras. I need to see you working, guys. I need to see you working. Did you open to page 367? Look
I
at,
did.
okay, I want you to look at this paragraph. Oops, what happened? Okay, take a look at this paragraph, sorry. I want you to read it silently and find the way how weathering happened to this statue. What are the causes, the possible causes? Only by rain? It breaks down it broke down the rocks, or there are some other reasons for the rocks to break down? What causes weathering? Only rain, or we have other
No,
reasons?
there are some other reasons.
Okay, guys. Okay, very good. I'm so happy that you find it, but I want you to take a whole minute, 1 minute, everyone. So when I ask by name, everyone had the chance to read. And be ready to underline with me the reasons. Now, let's start with Maria. Maria, what can cause weathering? How the statue is broke down?
Gravity.
Very good. So gravity can cause rocks to fall down a cliff and break rocks below. So once the rock will fall down because of gravity, the pulling of gravity, it can hit something down below and crack it down. Excellent. Hiya, Juri, what else?
Flowing water.
Excellent, Yajuri. Flowing water. Flowing water can cause rocks to tumble and escape against rock in the riverbed. And what will happen? Sand blown by wind can when flowing water is hitting the water, it can break it down because it's going against the rock. What else? Yes, yeah, Jenna.
Sand blown by wind can scrape against rock.
Excellent. So sand blown by wind, it can scrape against rock and it can break it and it will cause it like this. Look at the statue over here. It doesn't look very smooth. It looks very rough because of what? Small pieces of sand hitting against the rock a lot over time. It takes time to do that, but it did, broke it down. What else, guys? We have millions of reasons. Come on, what else? Hi, Mariana.
I know.
Mariana, are you here?
Her mic is broken.
I asked you, you need to fix your mic, ya Mariana, please. You need to fix your mic. Okay, Amal, what do you think, ya Amal?
Causing the rocks to be exposed.
Okay, where is it? What causing the rocks to be exposed? Okay, what is it? I know where. I know where did you read? But what caused the rocks to be exposed? Who did it?
Animals.
Excellent, bravo. Yes, I want you to tell me that animals may dig up rocks, they will cause the rocks to be exposed to wind and rain. Excellent. So, living things also can cause weathering, like what? Like animals. Also, like who before animals? Like roots on also in this page, in this picture, roots can grow into small cracks and rocks. It will crack the rock. Animals. What else? One more thing, please, guys. Hi, Maria. What else?
Wind and rain.
No, animals will expose rocks to wind and rain.
How?
When they dig down, they will expose the rocks that are down the ground, and they will be exposed to wind and rain. Wind and rain can break
Okay.
down. Yes. Okay, what else? Next. Look down.
Statues on this
What about
chemical weathering.
chemicals in water and rain that flow through and around rocks can also cause weathering? Excellent. These chemicals are what? Can combine with the rock and change it so that it crumbles and wears away easily. Look
Like
at the statue.
bacteria, maybe.
Yes. Look at that statue. Chemical weathering has already changed one of the statue. So chemicals are the very important reason to weathering. Very, very important reason to weathering. Where can we find chemical substance? In rainwater, in wind, and where else? In a lot of stuff. Okay, guys. So we learned how weathering can happen, how weathering will change the statue. So weathering, is it breaking down or moving away?
Breaking down.
Excellent. Breaking down rocks. Very good.
Miss, can weathering be on something else?
Like what?
I don't know. Maybe sand, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, we're talking about weathering when weathering break down the rocks and it will change the shape of our Earth's surface. I don't think sand can help weathering to take place, but it doesn't happen to sand. Okay?
Okay.
So it has to break down rocks to take place, but not breaking down sand. Can sand be broken? No, but sand can help weathering. Now let's see rocks on the move. If it's rocks on the move, what do I... Yes, Yatala?
I was saying that sometimes when you like talk, it just what do you call it? Stops talking, like, you know?
Lagging?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Rocks on the move. What is rocks on the move? Is it erosion or weathering?
Erosion.
Excellent. When rocks move away, we call it erosion. Today we're going to learn how rocks can be moved. Look at the picture, the big picture over here of the 2 pages. How do you think rocks can be moved? By looking at the picture.
I know.
Okay, see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are for something.
Miss, no, please, please.
Water.
Yes, Tyler?
When rain goes.
Yes,
through,
when rain comes down. Yes.
Yeah, on the ground. It's going to make a little slide thing, like it's going to make a
Yes, but
and then
how do you
it's
make
going to
this
take the
slide
rock in
thing?
its way
Excellent,
because the
excellent.
water is going down.
Okay, this process takes a lot of time. You need to understand that this process will take a lot of time. Once rain comes down, okay, it will move away with it the small tiny rocks, and finally after long time it will make for it a path to move. Look over here, we have a path for water to move, and finally it meets
Just like
that
yesterday.
ocean over here. All right, it meets the ocean over here. We don't call it really a river unless it is very wide and big, but once rain is moving or coming down, it takes all the small rocks with it away. It moves it, moving it away. It can break it down and move it away. So water can move rocks away. Also, it needs heavy winds. Heavy winds can move rocks away. Let's take a close look at erosion in this picture.
Miss, and also it's so cool. It does a shape kind of like a tree leaves sometimes.
Yes.
When
Okay,
water goes.
now let me ask you a question. Weathering and erosion, are they related or not?
Kinda. Like they do the
They
same
are
thing.
very related to each other. First of all, weathering happens. After weathering happens and breaking down to smaller pieces of rocks, erosion will come.
Measure.
How erosion will take place? Erosion will take this small pieces of rocks that already broke down from weathering and will move it away. Can you hear me now, Tala?
Yes.
Very
Now
good.
I can hear you.
Very good. Very good. So weathering and erosion are very important. Guys, do I explain only for Tala? Where are you? So can you hear me, guys?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Over here on number 1, you can see a very close picture. This is how water takes down with it, with the flow, small pieces of rocks. And then number 2, you can find something called depossession. This depossession is process. What do I call, what does it mean, depossession? Depossession is the dropping of weathered rock by wind or moving water. It's known as what? Depossession. Just like changing the position of the rocks. Why? Because of what? Because of the dropping of weathered
Of
rocks.
water.
By what? By wind or the moving water. So this process, we call it depossession. What really happens is that the water pulls the larger pieces of weathered rock along the river bottom. It will pull it with the flow, okay? And as the water slows down, it will has less energy and it cannot move the largest rock and pebbles. These are left behind as the water moves on. Later, the dropping of weathered rock by wind or moving water, it's known as what?
Possession.
Excellent.
Possession.
So depossession is moving what? Rocks from one place to another.
That were already weathered.
Okay, it already weathered. Excellent, excellent. Now number 3. Look at number 3. These small pieces of rocks, what do we call it?
Sediment.
Sediment. Excellent. The process is deposition, and we call these rocks sediments. So as the water in a river continues to slow down, we said it will move very fast at the beginning, and then it will start to slow down when it reaches at the end of the river. What is at the end of the river over here, down number 4? What do you think there is? The river will meet what?
The
Ocean. It will meet
ocean.
the ocean. River
It's called
also
a
meets.
delta.
No,
That
slow down, ya
triangle.
Tala. Slow down, slow down. You will know what is delta and how delta is formed, how erosion and weathering help delta form. Now, these small pieces of rocks, we call it sediment. I told you the water will slow down, and it will move more bits of weathered rocks and dropped. This happens because of what? Slow moving water has less energy. Okay? So slow moving water can carry only very small pieces. If it's very heavy and moving very fast, it can move what? Large or small pieces? Large pieces. No, if it's going very fast, if the water.
yeah, large pieces.
Yes, but if the water is going very slow, it will move
Small pieces.
very
Small
good.
pieces.
And small pieces of rocks, we call it sediments. Now, these sediments, when they reach at the ocean, the end of the river, they will what? Pile up. They will, every time and every year, rain comes down and it breaks down rocks and it will move it away. Then, after maybe hundreds of years, all the small sediments will pile up on each other, and it will make it a very big place full of rock. What do we call this very big place full of rocks? We call it a delta. How delta happens? It needs a lot of years. How? For what? A lot of years for what? For rocks to compile and pile up and form finally a land. We call it delta. Can you read for me, Gloria Juri? When rivers?
Okay. When rivers reach the ocean, they slowly down even more as they slow down much of the remaining
Sediment.
sediment in the water is dropped. Over time, the sediment piles up near the
Mouth of the river.
the mouth of the river. It forms a landform called delta.
Delta. Excellent, excellent. So delta, how does delta form? It forms from what? From a small
triangle.
sediment. It is, yes, it is full of sediment, and as rocks flows down from top of the mountain and takes all the way down to the mouth of the river, finally it will form a delta after long, very long time of a compiling sediments. All right? Okay, guys, let's do this one and then we're done. What happens next? Look at these two pictures, before and after. Who can tell me what happens over here? What happens?
I
Yes, Tala, explain to me.
know. So the water basically forms, like we said, a little shape, like a
Mm-hmm.
little a little hole, so it could like move. So this
Mm-hmm.
is how it like does a kind of river thing shape, like, and then after it will be wide, more wide,
Excellent.
because the water is going uh, uh
To
in
take
different
more,
way
to take
place.
more rocks, and so erosion and weathering happens. They are causing what? The land getting wider and bigger, and we have a lot of water escape, more of water escape and space. Very good, Yatala. Okay, guys, that's it for today, and we're definitely going to continue tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed and learned about erosion and weathering. Do you have any question?
No.
Okay, very good. Thank you, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.